What is up, everyone, and welcome back to a little bit of a late night transfer news video for you on the Stone channel. Make sure you hit your subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a single video or single stream. We are going to be doing more and more of these videos. So this is not only a bit of a news video, but a bit of an opinion video as talks continue to progress between Arsenal and Ukrainian wonderkid Mykhailo Mudryk. Now, this is according to Fabrizio Romano, the transfer guru himself, who has said that although a fee has not been agreed, there is considerable advancement in talks between the two parties. So let's take a little look back at the story of Mudryk and his career so far, and why Arsenal are looking at him. So Mykhailo Mudryk came through the ranks at Shakhtar Donetsk and is only just turned 22 just last week. After coming through at the now defunct Metalist and Dnipro, he joined Shakhtar in 2016, going on to make his debut in 2018. He has since made 30 league appearances and scoring 10 goals for the Donetsk-based side. He is particularly impressed in European competition. He scored a Champions League goal for Shakhtar Donetsk in a 4-1 win over Leipzig this season and has scored 11 goals in 19 games in all competitions this time around. This is, of course, while Ukraine is in turmoil and in war with Russia, which shows great mentality from the 22-year-old. He's also picked up 8 appearances for his national team, including coming so close to qualifying for the World Cup in Qatar this winter. So why are Arsenal looking at Mykhailo Mudryk? Well, the biggest issue Mikel Arteta and his team are looking at the moment in their title challenge and in their general play across the last few years has been their depth. Now, we cannot deny that the starting 11 for Arsenal is pretty darn good. You're looking at a front three of Saka, Martinelli, Nketiah, Gabriel Jesus potentially playing as well. There's loads and loads of talent in the squad. But if you see a few injuries come in, you'll start to see the likes of Reiss Nelson potentially making an appearance, Mohamed El Neni, who ironically scored a goal tonight. Players you wouldn't consider that are generally good enough to play for a top 4 side, let alone a Premier League contending outfit. Now, this is what Mykhailo Mudryk would give them, and not only would he give them this, but potential to go forward. There is no doubt that he is one of the most coveted stars in the world at the moment, with the price looking to be around about £70 million, which is what the club president valued him at because of the valuation of Antony from Ajax. He views them as similar players, therefore Antony has distorted probably the value that they would have got for Mykhailo Mudryk if they had sold him in the summer, probably closer to £50 million. We're now looking at an increase of about 30% on that. So it's looking like the announcement is more and more imminent now, and to get in that Arsenal team, it would have to be on that left-hand side, I think, ahead of Gabriel Martinelli, who I think is an absolutely world-class talent. But Martinelli has still got time on his side, as does Mudryk. I think Mudryk has got the higher skill set in terms of his technical ability, but in terms of pure goal-scoring ability, you have to say Martinelli probably just about has the edge, although Mudryk has scored 11 goals this season, so it's impossible to tell. In terms of adjusting to a higher level, I think it's pretty easy to see that his Champions League performances have been exceptional. Therefore, Mudryk will be able to translate his performances from the Ukrainian tier to the Premier League. It might take him a couple of months, but I have no qualms that he will go on to be one of the top players in the division. So let's have a look at his FBref profile. So obviously he's not playing at a top level, and so therefore the stats are a little bit skewed, but this is only based on 516 minutes played in the Champions League and Europa League, so it's a bit of a small sample size. However, when you see the 99th percentile for non-penalty goals, the 98th percentile for assists, the 97th percentile for dribbles, the 93rd for touches, the 92nd for progressive passes received, the 85th for non-penalty XG plus expected assists, the 82nd for shots total, the 93rd for non-penalty XG, it reads good. It reads good. I mean, of course, as I said, it is a very, very small sample size, but you're looking at a player who can genuinely cause trouble from either flank or in the middle, and I think could genuinely play as a false 9 as well. The most similar players on the list, we're looking at Justin Kluivert, Seko Fofana of Lens, Carlos Soler of Paris Saint-Germain, and even comes to Kevin De Bruyne in terms of his numbers. Martin Ødegaard is also on the list as well. Let's not forget as well that at Arsenal, Mudryk would be playing with his international skipper, Alexander Zinchenko, who has come to be a real force for the Gunners. Well, he has been fit since moving for around £20 million in the summer from Manchester City. So overall, how good is Mykhailo Mudryk? Is he of the standard to genuinely improve Mikel Arteta's Arsenal? I think the answer is yes. As I mentioned earlier, to get into that front three is a great achievement. But with the injuries that potentially may come due to enforced games, let's look at perhaps tonight. They got through in the FA Cup and they will have to play Man City. They've got Europa League games that they need to play. I think Mudryk will give them an edge in those competitions, as well as, an extra option off the bench in the Premier League. If you look at their last Premier League game in which they played Newcastle United, you'll see that the main option they brought off the bench was Takahiro Tomiyasu, a right back. Therefore, it did bring a genuine concern to me where I thought, you know what, these lot can't do it. So if they are serious about winning the title this season, Mudryk shouldn't be the only addition they bring in. Who do you guys think Mikel Arteta should bring in? Let me know in the comments below. But Mudryk is a really top talent. I mean, we're looking at someone who can cut inside, can go wide, has got the pace to take on players, has got the ability to dribble past players. He really has got everything, I think, for a Premier League winger. I think maybe he does need to toughen up a little bit more physical. That's possible, and that's doable for a player like Mykhailo Mudryk. I think he could potentially come through the door either tomorrow or the day after that and become an Arsenal player as soon as possible. He's clearly wanted the move for a long, long time. Mikel Arteta's clearly wanted the move for a long, long time. People like Fabrizio Romano, the Mail, have reported this for a long, long time. Therefore, I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that Mykhailo Mudryk becomes an Arsenal player. Now, if you're looking at other potential destinations, I think Chelsea has been mentioned. I don't think Chelsea is the right place for any player to go at the moment. Despite the fact Graham Potter is a wonderful coach, I think they need to really reshuffle and reset. Maybe bringing in a young player like Mudryk would help do that. I'm not so sure that it would be the greatest place for his own development, though. And in general, I just think Arsenal fits like a glove, especially with Zinchenko being there. So, where else do you think he could have gone? Personally, I think Arsenal's the perfect place. So, anyway, thank you so much for the support yesterday on the vlog. It was really, really well appreciated. And for tonight's watch-along for Oxford against Arsenal, I didn't expect it to be as many as it was to come into the chat, so it was great to see. I will be back tomorrow for Newcastle v Leicester, so make sure to join me then. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.